Hey, Kimberly. Flowers, are you there? And can you hear me? There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So if you've been into the office that you have seen our signage up, if you were in here after we put it in, it may not be up in this current office, but we did have it hanging before. But it is
Okay.
our MVVBP. So that is our mission, our vision, our belief system, our value, and our perspective. So our mission at KW Montgomery and Keller Williams is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Our vision is to be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers. Our belief system is the Y4C2TEs, because there's an E that has been added to this now.
Okay.
Our value, God, family, then business, and our perspective, a technology company that provides the real estate platform that our agents, buyers, and sellers prefer. So we have, and so next I'm going to do the executive leadership introductions. So Adam Beams is our operating partner. He is primarily responsible for articulating vision, identifying leadership, and providing capital. He's the chair of the investor group. He's the liaison between investors, the market center, Keller Williams Realty International, and Keller Williams Southeast Regional Office. I don't know if you have met him yet, but if you have not, he's here. You haven't? Okay, good.
I haven't.
Well, not good, but he's in like every other week. And so when you come in, hopefully he'll be here a week. But it's normally like every other week or every 2 weeks. He comes down from Tuscaloosa. So jump in here and meet him whenever you get a chance.
Okay.
Next is Katie Woodard. Of course, you've probably spoken and met with her.
Yeah.
She's the team leader here, and I'm going to play a video. It might be a little hard to hear. I think it's a little quiet, but hopefully you'll be able to hear it.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Well, what happened? It didn't play. Here we go.
Hi there. I am Katie Woodard. I am the team leader and CEO at KW Montgomery. I have been proudly licensed for the past 4 years, and 2 of which I've been at KW Montgomery. I just celebrated my anniversary. My role here is the CEO of the office, and I am responsible for growth, production, profitability, and productivity with our agents and in our market center is what we call our office in Keller Williams. And so we have about 80 agents here, some of which are full-time, some of which are dual career. For our dual career people, we have program to make sure that everyone is enabled with best practices and they know exactly what they want to do.
Okay, so that's kind of like a quick little rundown of exactly what Katie handles. And she said in the video that we had about 80. We're closer to 90 now. So we have grown since this video, which is exciting. So that is all about Katie Woodard. And next, of course, is a little video about me, and ignore how awkward I look in it. I don't do well with things like this, but it just tries to, kind of, explains a little bit about what I do.
Okay.
I'm Susan Sullivan, Market Center Administrator here at KW Montgomery. Some of the things I handle in my role include accounts receivable, accounts payable, process all commission checks and pay the associates. I onboard new agents into the KW intranet. I oversee compliance and command, as well as the daily operations in the market center. If you have any questions regarding any of these things I mentioned, please contact me at 334-277-8920 or by email at ssullivan9806@kw.com.
Gosh, so awkward.
No.
So, Katie mentioned that she was the CEO. So my role is like the CFO. So anything and everything financial, like it said. Next, and I don't think, this is not our current Director of First Impressions, and I thought that I
Okay.
removed this before. Anyway, so it is Deandra Morgan.
Okay. I met her.
And they pretty much assist Katie and myself, plus all of the agents, in anything and everything all day. So the role of the Director of First Impressions is so very important. Not only are they the first face and voice of our company, but they also assist with day-to-day operations and with you guys, right? So copying, faxing, part of the onboarding, plus support mine and Katie's roles inside KW. Vicki Wadsworth is our productivity coach. If you have not, which you probably have not yet, heard from her, but you will be hearing from her as soon as we receive your license. She will reach out for an appointment with you. And here is a video about what she does.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Vicki Wadsworth, and I am the productivity coach here at KW Montgomery. And what the productivity program entails of is focusing on the system, tools, and models that we use at Keller Williams to assist agents into productivity and to be able to run their business like a business. If I would love for you to schedule an appointment with me if you would like more information on the productivity program, and I can be reached at 334-467-7990. Thank you.
Okay, so that's all about Vicki Wadsworth and what she does. And last but not least is our qualifying broker, Jimmy Ann Campbell. So Jimmy Ann handles, we don't have a video for her. Jimmy Ann handles all contract and compliance questions. If you need cooperation from, say, a co-op agent or a co-op office, she's definitely the one that you would reach out to. She keeps you out of real estate jail. She is any scenario troubleshooting or any just general liabilities and legalities. She does teach a class for listing paperwork, contract writing, things like that, and goes over all of the paperwork in our office once a month. So watch the training calendar for that. Make for sure that you jump on one of those as quickly as you can so you have a good understanding.
Okay.
So these is just some of the things that we are gonna discuss today. So the Trello, KW Montgomery Office and COVID Protocol, My KW, the Welcome tab, KW Connect, Tech Enabled Agent, Command Features, KW Consumer App, and Kelly. So some of these things are not going to make a lot of sense to you yet because you do not have a login just yet. Did you receive the First Steps email, Kimberly, from?
I did.
You did? Okay, so that gives you a lot of links, and I don't know, does it give you like a guest login for My KW in there?
It had, like I had to put in different emails and
He's across the
everything.
office across the hall answering my question.
Oh, okay.
But soon enough, though, you will have your login information and you'll jump in. And so I'm going to touch on some of the places that you'll need to go to kind of walk through, like look, click on different things, take you different places, first step, second step, third, you know, so you'll have that pretty soon. So the first thing I'm going to show you though is the Trello. So we have, let me pull this up really quick. We have what is called the onboarding Trello. So we have, I don't see it on here. I know we have path to getting paid. Anyway, we have an onboarding Trello, and we'll jump back over here and go to the next slide. This will kind of give you like this is what it looks like. So Montgomery New Agent Trello. Everybody should have an invitation to this, to your probably your personal email, because at the time your KW email may not be quite activated yet. So
Okay.
you will receive an invitation, and it literally walks you through each one of these cards. You can pick up and drag. You can open up each one, and it'll might have like a little video. It might have an attachment of some documents or some paperwork, or stuff like that. It does go all the way over to your right. Each column is set up to, like it says, waiting, what step you're in at that point, right? And so
Okay.
as you're completing them, there is a done column if you scroll all the way to the right of the screen, there's a done column. You can pick these cards up and drag and drop it. If I love to drag and drop, I love to clear out off a list. So it's really just like a cool walkthrough checklist, getting started.
Okay.
So, let's close that one out. Okay. So next we are going to discuss the Market Center, KW Market Center, or KW Montgomery office policies and COVID protocols. So we do have signs on our door for right now that your mask is required. Our conference rooms here aren't quite set up. One of them is, the larger one is set up. We do ask that if you're going to come in with an outside client, that you just let us know ahead of time, put it on the calendar, and just follow what you feel comfortable with. We ask that, you practice social distancing, and you practice, wearing the mask. So that's pretty much how it's running right now. We did have some sanitizing materials in that room. Right now, we're still unboxing and unpacking, but I'm sure that they are close by and will be set up inside of there so that you can wipe some things down and, hand sanitizer and things like that. So that is our policy on the COVID protocol right now. So let's go back over here. So next, this is where I was talking a minute ago about jumping into MyKW. So I'm going to jump into MyKW now. Oh, I'm already up. Let me go over here. So you will log into mykw.kw.com, and that is what is called the intranet. Okay. And in my first steps email, or my welcome email, it gives you instructions on logging in with your username and password, and gives you steps on where to go in MyKW to kind of look around. So we ask that when you log in that you hover over the home tab and you go to Welcome New Associates. This takes you out to your first steps, right? So it's all about getting plugged in, and each, all the wording in blue is a link that takes you to another screen to read up on each one of these things, right?
Okay.
So a lot, or maybe not a lot, but some of these things may have been set up by myself personally already, or our, we call them our technology concierge, Scott Leroy, marketing. So he will set up some of the things. I begin it. I get you guys in and get a couple things set up. And then once you fill out that questionnaire, they complete your setup on the back end. So some of these things you may not need to do or set up, but we do ask that you come in here and you take a look at it, and might take you to a video or just another page. So there's first steps, get plugged in, boost your production, stay informed. Here's your next steps, right? So this is pretty important because, and you'll see an example in just a second when we scroll through the presentation, that your logos and branding. So this is really important because you're definitely going to want to jump in to look at this. And we do ask that you approve everything through the team leader. So make for sure to reach out to Katie. And so like you see, when I clicked on it, it takes you to logos and branding. access this KW Identity and Style Guide. And this will take you and show you exactly how to do it, right?
Okay.
Okay. So that was the welcome tab. Also too, when you're in here, let me jump back over to the presentation and see. So when you're in here, under the welcome new associates, so under mykw.kw.com, and you see when we clicked on that, or when we clicked on the home, excuse me, hovered on welcome new associates, it took you into KW Connect, right? And so inside of here, there's tons of training. There's tons of resources. Yours may look a little bit different from mine because I am leadership. The agents might look a little bit different, but basically the same, right? So I really encourage everybody to just kind of hover over each one of these tabs and go take a look at the Connect Live calendar, look at the resources, the technology. Tech-enabled agent is really important, and that's also here as well. So anyway, so I just want everybody to kind of take a look at all of that. The training, there's training,
Okay.
and more training. So we offer training, here at KW Montgomery right now, of course, we're doing everything digitally. So, or virtual. So a lot of everything is through Zoom. Some of the things on our training calendar will be like a Scott Leroy training or something on Connect, right? And so, but there's endless training available to you at your fingertips.
Okay. That's
Yes.
what I wanted.
Yes. And you might need kind of sort of like a, hey, where do I start first? And we'll definitely get you there and let you know what you
Okay.
should be doing first.
Okay.
I think after you get signed up and logged in and all of that and get kind of acclimated with all of the, the website and things like that, I think you should start basically with your command training, which is our platform, which I'm sure Katie talked to you all about. And so like if you hover over technology, so like here's a lot of command stuff, but Scott Leroy does like a command 101, like the basics starting you out. And then I also teach a path to getting paid, which is kind of on the back side of it. So once you have a client, we have a Tech Tip Friday, I believe, or gosh, I don't have the calendar up. Let me look really quick. So we have Tech Time with Sarah is what it's called. So we have a Market Center tech trainer. So she's going to be doing a lot of tech. I am doing a path to getting paid and then a path to getting paid Q&A for people that have already watched the path to getting paid and or have been inside of there and are using command. And so just for like questions, right? So just little short things, but this one on the 18th is actually the full walkthrough on how. So, so that's some things, that you can get started in. Let's see, next we're going to jump over to, we did the Trello. We talked about welcome home, tech-enabled agent. We talked about that, command features, KW consumer app and the Kelly app, and those will come up later on in the presentation.
Okay.
And we'll have some little videos for you to watch. So we did this. We talked about this. Now, I want to go over a little bit more. We did the COVID protocol. So now I want to talk more about the Market Center policies. So the Market Center policies. So we talked about signs and logos. We talked about COVID. Our office hours are 8 to 5, Monday through Friday for leadership, right? So that's when we are in the office. Of course, you guys are welcome to come in at any time after hours or on the weekends. Like I said, our office is kind of getting completed, set up. So things are a little kind of crazy right now, but if you are going to come in on the weekend with a client, we just ask that you just like run it past us. We are trying to make for sure that we have, a calendar in place, especially with just the one conference room right now. So
Okay.
Wi-Fi, we have the login information for the network when you come in and the password. You also can find that in the Google Drive. That will be shared with you as well. We have a KW Montgomery agent folder inside of there, important docs and miscellaneous and stuff like that. So that's where you can find the login for the Wi-Fi. Print driver setup. So if you have a personal device and you would like to bring it in, we can set it up so that you can sit anywhere in the office and print. There will be, I believe, another copier set up upstairs. So you guys don't have to come all the way down here. But if you wanted to say you're not renting like a cubicle or an office, you're welcome to sit at the internet cafe where they've put up a nice countertop with some stools, and they'll be putting up the computers inside of there. On there, and you're welcome to sit there with your personal device, anywhere, and print. So we can set that up for you. There is a phone duty list. Phone duty runs after hours. So after 5, so between 5 and 8 a.m. the next morning, and then also 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon through Monday morning at 8 a.m. So just after hours. There is a quick training. I don't know if we're doing it, maybe a phone call. There's something that I believe there's a document created to kind of, let you know how you need to answer the phone. Make sure you have the roster. Here at KW, we have what's called My Listing, My Lead, or Your Listing, Your Lead. So that means that if you say, for instance, Kim, have a listing and a call comes in on your listing, whoever has phone duty sends that lead to you.
Okay.
Yes. So you get the first opportunity at the lead on your listing. So just, some things like that. We do have a sign up sheet. You'll see, not a sign up sheet, but a sign up. You'll probably see we might be booked up for right now through a certain month, but I know that Katie really wanted to make it the availability for everyone. So if somebody wanted to do like 2 weeks versus like a month or whatever, we're really trying to make it fair where everybody has an opportunity. So you'll be seeing that. Reserving the training room. Right now, we don't have our training room completed, but when we do, the way that works is it has to be approved. It literally is only real estate related. There is a document, an agreement that you must sign. You must leave it the way that you found it. So that is the way for you to reserve the training room if you get time, say for like a buyer seminar or something like that. Path to getting paid or getting paid. So the policies around that are, we ask that, and I'm going to say a little more before this. So the time frame pretty much is 48 hours for everything. So say you took a listing, within 48 hours of having that listing agreement signed, you must put it into MLS. Well, we ask that you follow the same thing and put your listing documentation into Command.
Okay.
And then at the time of listing, of course, you're going to have your upfront listing paperwork. And then when you have an offer, a fully accepted contract by a buyer, you will then have 48 hours after that contract is signed to put that documentation in. We ask that within 48 hours of you having a fully executed contract, that you go ahead and submit your commission request to us. That starts the process of you submit the commission. We're aware that there's actually closing, and then once we pull it, then we add it to a spreadsheet, and that spreadsheet is shared with the compliance coordinator. With the compliance coordinator. So then they are notified, but through that spreadsheet, that they need to jump in and check compliance docs. We do not release your commission check, until all documentation is inside of there as required. So we do have a requirement of some documentation like some of it's required by the E&O carrier. Some of it is real estate commission. Some of it is like So for instance, the lead-based paint, that's federal, so that's the EPA. So, but everything that's on our checklist required is there for a reason, right? And you might get some kickback from some of the agents saying, we don't require that in our office, and whatever. And that is what Jimmy Ann is for. So if you ever have an issue getting someone to sign something, that's where we say reach out to her, definitely, if you're having any kind of problems. But so the same as with a listing, we ask that you follow that policy with a buy or sale as well. As soon as you have a fully executed contract, that you submit your commission request and get your paperwork in. So, and then once you get to closing, we ask that within 48 hours of closing that you bring the full commission check from the attorney, along with the ALTA or the settlement statement or the closing disclosure, whatever they're calling it these days. Used to be called the HUD. That you bring that in within 48 hours. And our turnaround time for getting paid is in by 9, out by 5. So if you brought the check in by 9 a.m., then you will receive your check by 5 p.m. that same day. Say it was after 9. I tried to get the checks done and completed by no later than lunch the next day, but it could be around 2 p.m. or maybe even 5 p.m. So it kind of depends on what's going on, but you do definitely get it within 24 hours of turning it in. So that is getting paid. Earnest money. So all earnest money is turned in to the front desk. They create a form. They will scan and email a copy to you so that you have it for your records. And then they complete a form so that we can track it in our office and make for sure we have the information. We do ask that you communicate to your co-op agent that they make for sure all of the information is on the check or the money order. And we definitely won't let them, walk out of the office without having all the information that we need. So for me, I need the buyer's name, I need the address, we need things like that. So that's how that works. And then, we deposit normally within the same day, but no more than 24 hours out. I don't hold earnest money. We don't hold earnest money in the office. So if they're not ready to drop it off for it to be deposited, we ask that they hold it themselves. So that is earnest money turned in. Say that a deal fell out, which transactions fall out often, or not often, I'm not gonna say often, but it happens. So if it does, the process for that is a binder disbursement form must be completed in full. So each party must sign. The reason should be on there, and I believe it normally has spots for both the agents as well. So it must be completed, turned in, and then within 24 hours or so, 24, no longer than 48, I can cut that binder disbursement check back. I will then email you to notify the co-op agent that it's ready to be picked up, unless they ask for it to be mailed, and then we can definitely do that. So that is the policy on the earnest money. So do you have any questions about anything I said?
Not yet.
Not yet. Good. You will though, right? So.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
Okay. Let me get this out. Okay. So we're going to jump to the next slide. And so here is some of the examples that we're talking about, logos and brandings. This is some of the style guides, and this is color palettes, examples of logos right here, samples. So just wanted to show you, touch on, a couple things that you can do. Next, I want to talk about Red Day. So Red Day is a day that all Keller Williams Realty Associates give back where they live. So we shut down all over on I believe it's the second Thursday of May every year. And that's where we give back. So I'm just going to scroll through, show you a couple of the pictures of some things that we did last year, which was great. We loved it. And it's so I guess it's gratifying to give back, right? So
Oh, wow,
we
yes.
really, yes, we really enjoy this day, and it just means a lot. And we have a culture committee, and they
Mhm.
meet with their committee chairs and discuss, what are we going to do this next year, right? And so we look out to see, and we always, if you'll get to see, we'll go further in the presentation, and you'll see more about the committees and stuff like that for the ALC. But you're welcome to jump on and join, and if you have ideas, we love it. So what we did is we raised money inside of the office last year with our agents and to give back, right? And we chose first responders. And so we chose Haynes Ambulance. So they have, of course, it's like two branches or whatever. So they have one in Wetumpka. That is where, they service the whole, I think all of Elmore County out of Wetumpka, maybe Otaga County as well. And they also have Life Flight. And then in Montgomery, they service the Montgomery area as well as have the 911 dispatch. So here's some pictures of what we did. They were so appreciative. They were like, we rarely get a hot meal, especially like the EMTs, because, they're on the road. They're in that ambulance.
Yeah.
They're set up in different places and things like that. They kind of go in between these different counties. So they have to kind of set up where they're centrally located, where they can get there quickly. But they were so appreciative. We teamed up with Hog Rock, the barbecue restaurant out of Wetumpka, because we also wanted to help, the local like restaurants and things. So we teamed up with them out of Wetumpka. And then I just drew a blank on the one out of Bojangles out of East Chase.
Okay.
Yes, to feed them. So they were so happy. So that's a little bit about Red Day. And next we're going to discuss KW Cares, KW Kids Can, and Bold. And I'm going to show you the videos that explains what they're about.
When Hurricane Florence came through, it just a flood of water.
We're down here in New Bern with Keller Williams Cares.
The Carolina region has been extraordinary in responding to this emergency.
We are here in New Bern and we are ready to rock and roll.
We've had volunteers come from all over the country to help us.
So when you go into the house, the very first thing the leader of the group will do.
The agents have all come together to support our agents in need.
So I would say over the next 2 weeks, we'll probably top over 1,000 volunteers.
We've been working very hard, cleaning out houses, trying to support people in any way we can.
We're looking for work crews of 6 to 8 people.
I called KW Cares, the crisis line, and they were out here the very next day.
We've got generators, we've got cleaning supplies.
We would love shovels, also wheeled trash cans.
They gave my mother a generator. They gave us gas. And now they're here cleaning out my son's house.
Just the fact that we're here, showing them that we care, that is as important as going in and demucking these homes.
It would have been a long road if KW Cares wasn't here.
We have a lot more to do. We've been in it for a week, and I can tell you we're going to be here for quite a bit longer.
We say Keller Williams is a family, and that's exactly what it is.
When you see how you're changing lives, it will change your life forever.
KW Cares is one of the greatest examples of what families do.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome?
That is. Oh my God. So
this one was disaster relief. That's what this video is about. But it also, KW Cares, it's like a grant program. So they also help if you had a personal tragedy, right? And it affected your immediate family members. So I think they've extended now to like cousins and aunts and uncles and things like that. But it is a grant program. And I tell this story, I don't show the video anymore because it can be a little sad, but it's also real life. And it was an agent in another market center in another state that tragedy struck their family. Her husband was loading up a piece of equipment, real heavy equipment, and it rolled off the trailer and rolled over him, and it paralyzed him, right? Yeah. But their market center, of course, applied for the grant, and it allowed them to have their doors widened, a ramp built on the front, helped her with a lot of bills, so that she could have that time with her husband. Right. So you are able to give at any time to this program, and you can give it out of a closing, or you could just write a check. It is tax deductible. So it's optional, but we always encourage everybody to help. Part of what was not said there was if you needed assistance, right, through the KW Cares, and we applied for a grant, that is one of the questions they ask is, has this associate been giving to the KW Cares, fund, right? So, but it's just a wonderful thing. It's just a great thing. And there's no certain amount. Like I said, you can give out of every closing, or you could give whenever you feel led to. You could give $1, $5, $100. It's no amount is too little. So next we're gonna play the video about KW Kids Can, which is an awesome opportunity for young adults. It's like high school graduation age to, I think, early college age kids.
My generation wants to change the world, to realize our full potential and live life to its fullest. But we need the guidance and tools to make that dream a reality. That's what draws us to attend QL, a world changer mindset by KW Kids Can. In 2015, KWKC set out with a vision to dramatically change the lives of young people everywhere. In just 1 year, they have empowered thousands of motivated millennials across America and in countries around the world. Powered by Gary Keller's Quantum Leap, the QL program introduces powerful concepts and models that inspire us to see the world and ourselves in an entirely new way. We leave QL ready to achieve our goals and live a life of intention. Together, we will change the world. To learn more about KWKC's mission and to get involved, please visit kwkc.org.
Okay, so that's all about the Quantum Leap program, and you're also able to give to that program if you would like. And here is all about BOLD. So you probably haven't heard about BOLD yet, but you'll be hearing a lot about it. It's a little bit different right now in the age time of COVID. It used to be held in a huge setting, whether it be like, a hotel or something like that, some big, place, and there's room for, I can't remember how many, but it's an awesome program for you to go through. It helps you, if you want to take your business to the next level, this is it, right? So, but it's being held a little bit different now. So everything has been virtual or digital. It is a little bit less expensive now for it being online, but I think I don't know how often they're holding it. We can find out and let you know, but I think it's pretty often that you can jump into one. I really suggest it excuse me, I can't my words. I really suggest you taking advantage of getting into the BOLD program. I want to say, I think it's like maybe $199 or maybe $99. Before it was $7.99. And it was a 7-week program. So it's a little bit different this time, but I'm going to play this video and let you know all about it.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Gary Keller, and I just want to take a second and talk to you about your real estate career. I get asked all the time, Gary, if there was just one thing that I could do that would have the biggest impact on my career, what would that be? And honestly, Without even having to think about it, I tell them you need to get bold. Now, seriously, I think you need to get bold. You need to take our bold program. Now, here are just a few facts I want to share with you about bold. You know, the current average of contracts per real estate agent while in bold is 14.2 contracts in just a 7-week period. Bold increased written units of attendees by 50%, sold units by 50%, and GCI by 114%. Those who got bold and had 4 to 6 years experience in the business had 44% more written units, 41% more sold units, and 35% more GCI than those with 4 to 6 years experience who didn't attend bold. Those who got bold and had 7 to 10 years experience had 44% more written units, 35% more sold units, and 20% more GCI than those with 7 to 10 years experience who didn't attend bold. You get the point? Sales associates with 40,000 to 50,000 GCI had 78% more units written, 62% more closed units, and 130% increased GCI than they did before they attended. So what do I think when I hear all that? I think you need to get bold. I'm going to tell you the secret is the program does work because it gets you to do what you need to do. It holds you accountable to do it. And you know, one of the toughest things about our business, we're independent contractors. We want all the freedom. At the same time, we struggle with the challenge of holding ourselves accountable. Bold's not only going to teach you what to do, it's going to help you find a way to be accountable to do it. I think you ought to do it. I know I would do it. Let me tell you one last thing. I think you ought to do it 10 times. I'm not kidding. I think you ought to do it 10 times. Be the first time you take it, you ought to pretend like you're in the first grade or second grade. I want you to think about every time you take it, you take 1 or 2 year leap in your education. 10 times get you out of high school, get you out of college. So until you've mastered bold, don't know that your business doesn't need anything else. Good luck. Be bold.
Okay, so that's a video all about bold, and it's a great lead generation program. Plus some, right? I've heard that pretty much everybody I've talked to that said that that attended bold, that it changed their lives. So, all right. So next we are going to be watching a video about profit share. So I am going to pull up this video and let you take a look. Has anybody discussed all the profit share with you and how it works?
Katie did. She discussed it with us.
Okay, good. So we're just going to show you another video about it.
Okay.
We refer to profit share and growth share as passive income because once a productive agent names you as a sponsor, if they're in any profitable market center in the United States or Canada, you can receive a portion of that profit. Or if they are in any other country, you can receive a portion of the ongoing franchise royalties, which is automatically deposited into your account. You can sit on the beach and receive growth share and profit share. Now that's passive income. It sounds like fun, and it is fun, but there's a smart business principle behind it. Gary Keller explains that the systems are programs that allow associates to build a business inside a real estate company that is as powerful as if they owned the company themselves. This means that if you are a part of a market center's growth trajectory, you can be rewarded off of the success of the company. However, unlike owners, you don't need to invest any capital. Your opportunity is entirely passive. You have no financial risk, no legal risk, and no down payment. Why would a company do this? Because when someone names you as their sponsor, you've helped the company grow. And profit share and growth share are Keller Williams' way of thanking you. It's a win-win, and win-win is an integral business building block in our Keller Williams Realty system. The exchange of work for income is expected. Passive income has a different formula. Rather than exchanging labor for income, you rely on your vision. You think long-term. Plant a seed today. Give the other agent in one of your transactions a shift or an MREA book. And they may or may not join Keller Williams and name you as their sponsor tomorrow. But in time,
The seeds you plant can grow into a profit share and growth share tree that provides you and your family with new opportunities and security. The opportunity is unlimited and the potential immense. Associates who have made the decision to participate in the program have seen their lives changed forever. Profit share and growth share enabled them to send their children to college, pay for medical bills, support their communities, provide financial relief to others in need, to travel. Simply put, to live their lives the way they want to. And depending on the laws in your country, growth share and profit share can be willed to a beneficiary. This opportunity isn't for other people, it's for you and your family. You have the opportunity to collect passive income. It's a win-win.
So I will say this is one of the many amazing opportunities, with Keller Williams. And I will say too, it's not a pyramid scheme, right? It's the way, and I know that Katie told you, but the way that it works is the owner literally divides up the profit and gives back to the agents, right? Just an awesome opportunity. And I wish I had my numbers in front of me to just tell you how much we actually profit shared through COVID. So when a lot of the other real estate companies were like shutting their doors, like KW was still up and running, and we actually had our best year, and we profit shared more than we have in the past. So just an amazing opportunity. So one of the things that when I talk to other people about Keller Williams, it's like the first thing that I go into. As you start in your real estate career with KW, and as you start to tell your story and, maybe put it out there on social media and people start talking to you, you can share. And then when they come in or decide to get their real estate license or come to KW Montgomery, it doesn't even have to be this KW, right? It could be KW anywhere. You can name someone in another market center. So once you start sharing your story out there and your experience with KW, you never know. They may be naming you, as a sponsor, which is awesome. I don't know if it said the time frame on there. Katie probably mentioned it, but like it said, it is for life and it is willable, and you do name a beneficiary on your binding sponsorship form. After being with the company for 7 years and a day, you are vested, which means that if for some reason you needed to step out of real estate, and maybe, go inactive for a little while, or, whatever, for whatever the reasons, right? You continue to receive that profit share. You also can continue to have people name you as a sponsor. Even if you're not actively licensed with KW, but you must pass that vesting period, right? Some people, this is what they do, like they share the KW story and they have huge downlines, anyway, it's just an awesome, amazing opportunity. So I can ramble all day long about it. So next, I'm going to show you a little video on the opportunity map. So the opportunity within Keller Williams, there is the fact that there's a larger path than just being an agent, if like that's something that you want to do. And I'm going to show you this video on how crazy, and then when we're done, I'm going to give you a little example about our very own OP. So we'll watch this video real quick.
Hey everybody, Mike Z here. We talk a lot inside Keller Williams about our value proposition as a company. What does that even mean? As an agent, I pay a cap to my market center. What value do I get in return? Well, the simple answer is you determine what value proposition you get inside the company. It's totally up to you. There's no one size fits all. There's no right or wrong. There's tons of opportunity inside Keller Williams. This is our opportunity map. And then you decide what you want to plug into and when you want to plug into it. How does that work? How do I plug into these opportunities? Well, let me give you a real world example. I'm going to talk about my business partner, Laura Strunk, one of my favorite people in the company. She came into Keller Williams as an agent, and she was a great agent, to the point where she didn't have enough time to service all her clients. So she realized if she wanted to have more time and more money, she needed to really start succeeding through others. So Laura raised her hand to be on the Agent Leadership Council, which is a forum designed by Gary Keller to specifically help people develop their leadership skills so they can succeed through others. She used those skills to build a team, and she became a mega agent team. She started benefiting so much from what was inside Keller Williams that she wanted to share it with her friends at other companies that could also benefit from it. So she introduced Keller Williams to a lot of her friends, and she started building her agent profit share tree. Later on, she self-discovered that as much as she loves working with buyers and sellers, she gets more enjoyment, more psychic reward from helping agents build their businesses. So she raised her hand and said, I'd love to be a productivity coach. So we took her through the career visioning process, and she became our productivity coach. In fact, she was so great at it that when we decided to acquire another market center, you're such a great leader, you know the systems, models, and tools, will you do it with me? So Laura became an investor in a market center with me. After that, we decided to launch a title company, and Laura was an investor in that as well. Laura then decided that, you know what, I want to be more effective in helping other people. So instead of just meeting people one-on-one, I want to be a great instructor. So Laura took Train the Presenter and Train the Presenter Advanced, and she became approved faculty inside of Keller Williams University. Around this time, because we're networking all the time with other top leaders in the company and top agents, an opportunity presented itself to invest in one of the worldwide regions. So we did that together. Laura and her husband, Laura's originally from Massachusetts. We're here in Maryland. She's operating a team here. She's a PC here. She owns a market center, title company with me. They decided to relocate up to Cape Cod. They always wanted to be there. So Laura relocated, and she started an expansion team in Cape Cod. She also kept her team here, also being a PC here. And now, recently, that market center discovered, you know what? We've got an amazing talent on our hands here with Laura, and they invited her to be a team leader for the market center. So that's the way we open ourselves up to opportunity. We go to local events in our market center. We plug into our market center. We serve there. We go to regional events. We go to national events. And we take advantage of what I consider the #1 opportunity in Keller Williams that's not on this map. And that is our culture is to share and help each other. We are the best networking company out there, all industries, as far as I'm concerned. So you network with people who are market center investors, who are PCs, who are team leaders, wherever you want to be, whatever you want to plug into, find people are doing it, call them up, go visit them, and find out how they got there, and then you plug in too. Here's all the opportunity inside Keller Williams. You determine your value proposition. I determine mine. Take care, everybody.
And for some reason, I don't feel like that's all the opportunities. So a little example of how this can work is Adam Beams, which is our OP, our operating principal, started out at KW in Tuscaloosa as an individual agent. And so I'm not sure how long he was there. It might have been a year or so, and partnered up with 2 other guys and developed a mega agent team, Global Homes Group, or GHG, right? GHG Investments is actually our sole investor in the market center, and Adam is the operating principal. So like that's a little story about how, you know, the opportunity map, right? How you can do this and then go here and then go here. So I always like to give that little example about our own OP because now he owns a market center and he's the OP, right? So now we're going to talk a little bit about the ALC. So the ALC is our Associate Leadership Council here at KW or Keller Williams, which we're KW Montgomery. The associates, it's kind of sort of like the board, right? It's comprised of the top 20% of our top 20% in production. You are invited if you would like to lead on the ALC. We discussed the committees, each depending on how many ALC members we have. We currently have 4, but there are committees such as the Culture Committee, the Growth Committee, the Education Committee, the Tech Committee. I think in the past we've had like subcommittees under those, like the social media or like safety, things like that. So that is what the ALC is about. Each month we have a meeting. It is open to all agents. Only action items can be voted on by the actual ALC members. You can find it on the calendar as well. And I do want to pop that up really quick while we're talking about it. We do encourage everybody to jump in and join an ALC meeting. So right now we're having them on the 3rd Wednesday of every month at 9 a.m.
Okay.
The committees are meeting outside of this. And then when we come together for the actual ALC meeting, they are, each ALC member is given like, you know, a rundown of what their committee met on and what's happening and coming up and things like that. So we ask you, you know, to consider joining a committee. It helps you to get involved and be a part of something. And so just reach out to us if you would like, or if you're interested in any one of the committees, and we can get you in touch with, you know, that committee chair, ALC member, for you to sign up for it.
Okay.
So that's all about the committees and the ALC. Okay.
Now, will I have access to this calendar?
Yes,
before-
you will.
Okay.
So let me just show you really quick. So when we invite you to the Google Drive,
Okay.
this is what it is under shared.
Share with me. Okay.
Yes, right here. It will say KW Montgomery Agent Important Docs.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if it's under that one. Let's look. It may not be, but you can definitely, it'll all be shared with you. You can definitely
Okay.
type in training. And here it is. So KW 836. 836 is our market center number.
Okay.
Also, if you write that number down, our market center number, in case you ever need it for any reason, and they say, well, what's your market center number? And you're like, I don't know. It's 836. So each market center number has a number based on, I guess, when it opened up, because we're all kind of like in order, right?
Okay.
So you'll be able to find the training calendar. But like I said, once we share this with you, then you'll have access to all of the things in there.
Okay.
Okay. So next we are going to take a look at a little bit of a rundown on Command. And, you know, I had told you that this would be, you know, come back a little bit further in the PowerPoint, presentation. So let me just play you a video. So Command is not just a CRM, right? So it does much more. So simply put, Command is more than a CRM. It's a platform that puts you in control of your database, your business, and your future. And because Command was built hand in hand with agents, it's designed to be used by agents, by you. Command is simple, smart, and human. It allows you to spend more time doing what you do best, having more conversations, and building deeper relationships to earn more business. So what I can say about Command is, before this, we didn't have like a platform like this, right? We had, you jumped over here and you did this part, and then you jumped over here and you did that part. It was all found in like a centralized location, but you had to go to all the different places to do all the different things, right? So, which was on the intranet. When she logged in, you could get to the CRM that we had at the time. You could submit your commission request to us, but you had to go over and click another thing. And so there's all the different parts. Okay. And so this is what they built, this platform, and no one else has the technology that we have at KW. So I'm going to play this video all about
A few years ago, we gathered all the smartest people we knew: agents, market centers and regional leaders, technologists, data scientists, and asked them some big questions. What does it look like when technology is simple, smarter, and more human? How can we ensure agents stay at the center of the transaction where their clients want them? How do we accomplish this while eliminating the cost? It's called Command, and it's going to change the way we do business. Start by adding contacts directly, or through a simple voice command with Kelly. All calls, texts, notes, and any other customized fields are synced automatically across all platforms. When you add a new contact to Command, a neighborhood is automatically associated with their address. That way you can share the most pertinent information, such as migration patterns or median home price. Marketing materials have evolved from one-to-many to one-to-one, providing value at the home and neighborhood level for everyone in your database. And with Command, your business is not restricted by IDX. Wherever your clients are, there you are. Another challenge agents identified was the complexity added to the transaction by piecing together different systems connected by spreadsheets. We solved this by ensuring Command aggregated offers, documents, and communications with your client and broker, all in one place. Get a quick overview of your listings, appointments, contracts, closed deals, revenue projections, and customized reporting. Command shines a light on your business so you're never left in the dark. Housed within the Command dashboard is Lead Accelerator, an intelligent marketing tool. Get leads through ROI and AI-optimized ad campaigns across Facebook, Instagram, Google AdWords, Twitter, and an ever-growing list of channels in seconds. And campaigns aren't limited to the digital space. Quickly set up and deploy a modern print marketing campaign to specific homes identified based on your criteria. That means brand awareness grows and leads flow faster with far less spend. And if you think you have to be a computer scientist to take advantage, rest assured, because Command was built hand in hand with agents. It's designed to be used by agents, by you. Simple, smart, human. Command puts you in control of your database, your business, and your future. It's time to take command.
Okay, so that is about our Command platform. And I will tell you that the technology that we have along with the apps all communicate with each other.
That's really neat too.
It is. It's so awesome. Like it showed you in the video about setting them up with a neighborhood. And so they'll start receiving, right, alerts about, you know, that neighborhood. You can put them on a smart plan and it's automated. It just sends out the messages. It's awesome, right?
Wow.
So this is all about our consumer app. So it's really like your digital business card. So this is strictly for the consumer. They get in there, they start playing around, and guess where it shows up? It connects inside of your Command and Kelly. So you can see what they're looking at. You can see the price point, the type of houses, things like that, right?
Oh, wow.
So it puts your brand in your client's pocket by providing you an individually branded, fully integrated mobile app to share with your sphere. So I'm going to show a video. I love this video. I love the music. All right, so that is the consumer app.
Is
And
this app new? Is it a new app?
It's
Was
not
it
new.
yesterday?
It's
Oh,
not
okay.
new. Now, the reason why this looks new is because these are the videos that when all of this was like released and coming out. So it's new, right? But it's not new. So
Wow.
this whole platform, all of it was rolled out like in pieces like this, right? So it is fairly new. It's been within the last like 2-3 years, right? Let's see,
Okay.
this is 21. I believe they started talks of where the technology was going in, I believe it might have been around 2018. I feel like Family Reunion, which is our big, huge conference, the KW Conference Convention, is held in February of every year. That's something that I just noticed was not on there. That's really cool for you guys to take a look at the events that we have going on. But they started to have a lot of conversations about it and where the technology was going. And I don't think any of us really got it. We were like, what's happening? Anyway, so when they rolled out this platform, it was crazy that we were like, oh, this is what they were talking about. So they did try to roll it all out in stages, you know, the command platform and then the apps. Kelly, I believe, came probably, I can't remember if it was before command or after. I think it was after, but either way,
Okay.
I did hear that eventually the Kelly app will be going away and it will become the command app. That's what I've heard. I haven't gotten any notification from the higher ups that this app doesn't work anymore. So this is specifically for you. So like it says, it's the remote control for your business. It's a powerful partner designed to enhance the agent experience, from organizing schedules to growing your referral network to expertly navigating other Keller Cloud technology. Kelly gets it done. Simplify daily tasks, establish powerful success habits, and seamlessly handle everything on the go. So you will download this Kelly app for yourself and log in with your same credentials that I send you for the KW intranet. So when you have that login, and like say for instance, you're receiving profit share, you can say, hey, Kelly, what's my profit share? And it'll tell you how much you're going to receive. So different things like that. But like I said, I did hear that this was eventually going to become the command app, but for now it's still here. So that is all about the Kelly app. And that is the end of our presentation. So do you have any questions, or is your mind just like
yeah, exactly. It's like it is so much.
It is. But you know what? We try to go through it slow. You can attend to this anytime that you want to. If you just need a refresher, any of our trainings, we are repetitive. We try to have a lot of the core things every month. Plus, you know, we have all of the extras in the news, and Vicki will reach out to you and talk to you about the coaching program. And definitely the first thing that you should do when you get started is attend Ignite. So Ignite Your Business. It teaches you a lot of the ground basics of getting started with your real estate business, as well as KW, Keller Williams, you know, mixed in with it. So that's definitely your first thing that you should do. And then I also believe your second step should be bold. I think you should do the command basics or command 101 through Scott Leroy. You can go to YouTube and search Scott Leroy and search KW and command, Scott Leroy command, and everything will pop up that he's done. And they're dated because he does do them every month. He has a live training calendar as well. So I would just look for the most recent date, because this technology is literally changing all the time. So we may log in one day and the next the next day I come in and I'm like, hey, this button wasn't there before. Like they are working on it and labbing it all day, every day to try to make it be the best that it could be. So I would do that. I would also encourage, after you do the Scott Leroy. So I said, discuss with you'll talk to Vicki. She'll reach out and attend Ignite and attend Bold. But then as far as your training that you can go ahead and be watching now while you're doing all of this would be the Command 101 or the basics. And then jump onto one of my Paths to Getting Paid. Before both of those actually aren't 1 and 2. Those are actually 2 and 3. Your first one is getting into Jimmy Ann's paperwork class.
Which class is that again?
It's Jimmy Ann teaches the broker. She teaches a monthly contract writing or listing paperwork class where she goes over the documents right here. So there was a contracts class from 1:30 to 3 on the 1st. So I don't have the one for next month, but she does do this every month.
Okay,
So
how soon will I have access to this calendar so I can keep up with this?
I will reach out to Dee. Does she have your email address?
She does.
Okay, so let me reach out to Dee right now and tell her if she'll share. Now she is out.
Okay.
Right now, but I'll get her to share the calendar with you as soon as she returns.
Because I can't start these trainings now without the license, right?
No, you can.
Okay.
Any of the things that we've got held in here, you can always attend before. We know that your license is coming, but also too, Scott Leroy is on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. Get a head start. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Ignite and Bold, I believe you might have to be, well, we teach Ignite here in the office as well. So that would be just figuring out when are we going to teach it again. And I don't see it on the calendar for this month, so I'm not quite sure when they're going to start it again. But it probably, if I had to guess, would be next month.
Okay.
Since it's not on March. I think they're trying to do at least once a quarter, at least once every other month or something. So, I'm sending her an email now while we're on here.
Okay.
But what I am going to do really quick is I'm going to